Hello everyone, how you doing today? My name is JTB, and today we're going to be reviewing LEGO Super Mario Set 71360 Adventures with Mario. This retails for $60 in the United States and comes with 231 pieces. So if you guys saw the last video I made, you'll know that I went through a literal adventure just to get this in my hands. It's been crazy. That entire story is in another video, which, yeah, I'll link that somewhere. It'll probably be in the card right now. But first thing I do want to take a look at is this box, and you can see that if you do know what LEGO boxes look like, you'll see that this is a lot different from your normal LEGO box. Most LEGO boxes have that rectangular prism look to them, while this one has a lot more of a different, more creative, brand new box style, where it's got this curve here and this part sticking up, and actually looks really good from the front, where you can kind of display it like this. Shows all the functions Mario can do: music and sound, brick and color recognition, LCD screen, and a Bluetooth connection, and it gives you a good look at that set. I love the color scheme used with the red and the white. It looks really well, and it's cool that they have a few alternate builds that you can make into levels to really burst your creativity, which this is the starter course for the entire Super Mario line. And this is the only one that comes with this Mario. This is the only one that comes with that technological part. So I'm actually going to open it on camera. Oh my god. And here. Alright, that took a lot longer than it should have. Opening this up. Hopefully they got numbers and everything on them. And dumping everything out. See that there's a few numbered bags, and the quick start guide, and then of course just this random pile of bricks. Taking a quick look at this quick start guide, you can see that it has obviously the cover that shows the set, a little QR code so you can download the app, where the main instructions are. This basically just gives you a quick little instruction on how to start up Mario, and then it introduces you to that app. So you can see all the different functions Mario does. So there's all the safety warnings and stuff. And then there's this Rebuild the World advertisement. And then of course the Win robot at the back. So this is the entire set built, and I think the best thing to do would start by taking a look at Mario. Taking a look at Mario, you can see that if you look at the scale of it to my hand, he's a lot bigger than the traditional LEGO minifigure. However, he is actually smaller than a brickhead, which is funny because if you do know what brickheads look like, that is actually the scale I thought that it would be. And just so for a reference, you can see here's him right next to a minifig, and then him right next to a brickhead. You can see that he is smaller than the traditional brickhead. Taking a closer look at his design in general, you can see that his face is completely electronic. And the only parts of him that are brick built are the hat, the pants, and kind of his ears here. So if you think about it, he really does consist of three main parts, with this hat that can slide right off. You can see there are four anti-studs right here that just connect right to this hat. And then you can see on the side he has 1x1 circular tiles that just serve as the ears. He has these arms that do have the traditional minifigure arm holes. However, they are a lot bigger than traditional minifigure hands. You can see the buttons on his overalls are these yellow 1x1 circular tiles. And looking at the back of him, there's obviously the Bluetooth connection, the on and off switch, and more of his hair. Because there are many expansion packs that have his different costumes, you can actually just remove his overalls very easily, and his hat, like I mentioned earlier, and you can just replace them. But taking a look at this base, it's really not much. So looking at these pants, there's just the brown boots on top. Then you take Mario, you slide him in there, and then you put his cap back on. And looking at the bottom, there is that light which allows him to sense things. One super cool element of the Mario figure is his ability for that reader to sense things. So if you look at the biomes that come in this wave of Mario sets, There's yellow for sand, which didn't really come in this set, so I just found a traditional yellow piece. Red for lava, blue for water, and green for grass. He's actually able to sense the difference between all three. So if you put him over a yellow brick, you can see that it totally detects that he is on top of sand, and his chest has this little sand biome. If you look at the green brick, you can see that there are trees on that torso. With blue, there's water. And then with red, of course, it's lava. And if you know the Mario video game, you'll know that he cannot go in lava. So what happens is, if you put him on lava, he'll say ow 3 times. And then his eyes will turn to X's, and for that period of time, you cannot collect any coins or stomp on any enemies. Another thing I really like is the sound effects that happen when he walks or jumps. So if you walk him along, you hear this kind of squeaking noise. And as you saw, if you walk enough, you just get coins. Another thing you can do is jump him in the air, and as he jumps, he makes these certain sound effects. And you can shake him in the air, and he'll make the twirl sound effect. And it basically has all these different jump sound effects, which is super, super cool, and just adds so much to the already awesome figure. Oh, and one more thing. Taking a look at Mario when he's off, you can see that he does look kind of creepy with those blank eyes and blank torso. So to turn him on, you hit this back button. His face lights up and he says Lego Mario time, and then of course he is all ready to go. So the 2 other characters there are the Goomba and Bowser Jr., who serve as the 2 enemies. So first, let's take a look at the Goomba. The Goomba just rests on this new 4x4 tile made for the Mario line. And if you look closer at him, you can see that he's got this nice face, a new piece for the feet, which you can take a closer look at here. It's got little feet molds, and then you can just stick the Goomba on top. Taking a look closer around, you can see it does have that shape that the Goombas have in the game, which I really like. And at the top, there's this little scanner. This is a factory applied sticker, so you don't actually have to put it on. And what this basically does is allow it to interact with Lego Mario. So if you put the Goomba down, and you take Lego Mario, and you just stomp on him once, you'll see that the screen on the torso has a little blast, and then you get 1 coin. Bowser Jr. also comes in this set, and he sits right up there on that tower. But taking a closer look at the figure himself, you can see that he is completely brick built with 3 prints. There's actually not a single sticker used, which I really do appreciate. 3 prints on that front for the eyes, the mouth, and the bib. And he uses these little feet pieces as well, which are kind of similar to the ones used for the Goombas, except they're 2x3 instead of 2x2. And you can see there's little molds for the feet. He uses these little Technic arms, which I believe were used for the Minions in the Minions line that came out earlier. I'm not entirely sure about that, but that looks right. And then they can just slide right into these little Technic holes. And then on the back, he also has a shell. The shell does have molding for those spikes and one of those factory applied stickers that allows Mario to destroy him. And if you want to defeat him, we will take a look at the play feature in a few moments. But all Mario has to do is walk over, hit him 5 times, and he'll destroy Bowser Jr. and get 5 coins. Taking a look at the build, you can see that it is pretty big. However, the way I have it arranged is just the way that it looks on the app, which we will take a look at in a few moments. But this is the way it's displayed on that app. What you actually do is build each of these big pieces individually, and then you can really arrange it any way you want. So the only thing they're connected by are these little extra bars that just slip underneath all these bricks, and that allows you to arrange it in any way you want. And if you get expansion packs, obviously you can make the levels bigger. Taking a look closer at this build, you can see that it starts with one of these iconic Mario tubes, which uses a new top piece and one of those new plates to make this tube. This is the only set that comes with this tube. And basically, this is the start. When you press Mario down on this, a counter for, I believe, 60 seconds will start. And sliding over more, there's this little grassy piece right here, which uses those leaf pieces from Harry Potter, along with this new flower piece. I believe it's new. It looks new. If it's not, whatever. It's the first time I've seen it. And then there is one of these cool play features that basically uses one of these plates with one of those stickers, and you can stick Mario on. And the goal is to basically balance him on this for as long as you possibly can. The longer you balance him, the more coins you get. You can see you move him around. And if he falls down, the mode stops. However, usually you can see that his eyes turn to swirls, and for that time, you cannot collect any coins or attack any enemies. Moving along, we already took a look at that Goomba, so the next thing we should take a look at is this tower over here that has the iconic question block. And taking a closer look at this tower, you can see that it does just have these nice slab pieces and then these bricks. And taking a look at this question mark block, you can see that it is just rests on this castle. There's no actual connection there. And you can see that it uses these clear bricks to give it the illusion that it's floating. And then there are these bricks used for the blocks on the side. And then, of course, the question block, which has a print on it with a factory applied sticker. And when Mario jumps on it, you can see there's a question mark that appears right on his chest. And if you lift them up, it gives you a power-up, which in this case we got Star Power, which does allow you to knock out any enemy with one hit. So if we were to hit Bowser Jr., you wouldn't need to hit him with all 5 hits. It would just kill him automatically, which is super, super cool. Some of the other power-ups this does include, in my experience, I've gotten 1 coin, 5 coins, 10 coins, the mushroom power-up, and the star power, which we just saw. Moving along, you can see that there are these nice gray rocks, I guess, on top of this lava biome, so Mario can skip over it. And then it just leads to this path to Bowser's castle, or Bowser Jr.'s castle. But before we look at that, I do want to take a look at this little cloud thing. I'm not entirely sure the purpose of this, or, well, I know the purpose, but I don't know, really in what context this is supposed to be in, unless it goes with the cloud right up there, in which case we'll talk about that later. But you can see that this has one of those stickers on it, and it uses these 2 cloud pieces, and you can basically just grip Mario to this, and I think the more you move it around, the more coins you get. The goal is not to drop him, but it's actually super easy because he's just on these studs. So you really have to be shaking it for him to fall down. So now we're going to take a look at this Bowser Jr. castle kind of thing they've got going on here. And basically this allows you to launch Bowser Jr. completely out of his castle. You can see that there's this smooth bar right here, which if you take Mario and hit him hard enough, the entire castle topples over. And then this allows you to knock down Bowser Jr. And then, of course, you can destroy him. And this castle is nothing special. It's pretty much the same as the castle right here, except obviously these slab pieces are closer to each other, but the top is the same. It uses those same brick pieces. And to put this back on, all you have to do is just reset it by putting these right onto this 1x4 jumper piece that it'll just rest there. And then, of course, how this works is it's just resting on a little swivel piece, so that way you can put this down and with enough pressure knock Bowser Jr. over, who isn't really he's not really grabbing onto anything. He's just kind of resting here, which allows him to fall out of that castle. Moving along from that area, you can see that there are now just 3 stepping blocks that Mario can walk up, which do lead, of course, to this weird cloud piece, which I'm assuming is supposed to be how, like in the game, sometimes you can get like a little other pathway by hitting a mystery block and it'll go up to the clouds. which is why that's here. And then I guess you can just pretend to fly Mario and get more coins. Taking a look right here, you can see that there is this nice little tree build that's nothing too special. It's just a nice tree with, you know, simple design that reminds me of the Super Mario game. And then finally, of course, there is this flag, which has a super, super cool print for that Bowser flag. That is super iconic to the Mario video game. So you can see how it's got that print of Bowser, and then there's this thing on top, and it actually just sits on this pole, which is actually pretty flexible, and you can move it around. But the important part is this little sticker right here, which actually is the only place you can find the sticker. Just like this tube that you need to start the timer for 60 seconds, this is the only way you can end it, which is why this is the starter course, because it comes with that tube and this flag, which will allow you, and of course Mario, which will allow you to do your levels. And if you take Mario and just simply step him on this flag, you can see music plays, and that little Mario flag comes up on his chest, and then it tells you the amount of coins that you got in the round. And taking a look at the app that this game or set comes with, you can see that they did this cool animated style where the entire level actually appears right there in the game. And you can see that in the background there are some cool trees that match the one tree that sits by the flagpole. And this is basically the design I chose when I was filming this review. Obviously, you can see the steps for that final flag are more isolated from the rest of the build, but just for making it all nice and neat together, I put it right behind Bowser. But yeah, this is one of the many, many, many options that you can take when you're creating your own Mario level. So yeah, I love how this looks in this kind of like animated Mario-like world, and I think that's something LEGO nailed. So that is pretty much it for this review. However, now I think it's only right that I do the entire level, so let's see. First, I gotta go in this tube. Okay, I can bring this over. Try to balance him for as long as I can. Well, wait. Okay, and I can get the Goomba. I can jump to the star block. And I got a mushroom, which I'm pretty sure gives me invulnerability or something like that. I don't know. Come up here. Alright, grab Bowser Jr. Boom. Walk over here. And then so let's see, I got 21 coins. Pretty good, I gotta say, for just kind of running through that. But yeah, it really works super, super well. So overall, this Adventures with Mario starter course is an amazing set. You know, you get Mario, this tube, the flagpole, and all without any stickers, which is super impressive to me. Of course, you get two iconic characters, Bowser Jr. and the classic Goomba, which is just awesome. And you get this awesome question mark that has all these different powers and a decent amount of biomes. And I think this is a set that will appeal to anyone who is really into that technology-based LEGO Mario system that LEGO has created. I personally think it's great. At $60, that is a pretty big price for only 231 pieces, though I understand why, because this Super Mario electronic figure is probably super, super expensive to manufacture, so that definitely adds a price bump. Not to mention, this is Nintendo, and that's a licensed theme, so that also automatically bumps the price up. So I can understand why. However, I do wish they included maybe a little more stuff to make it fit that $60 price range. But overall, this is definitely a set that if you're into LEGO Mario and you're into the electronic system, I really think you should pick this up. If I had to give it a number, like I do on Instagram with movies, I'll say, let's just give it an 8.5. I think that sounds about right. Because, you know, that price is a little steep. However, everything this build is substantial, and it does allow for a lot of creativity. And like we took a look at that app, I love, love, love that animated design that they did with those, with the world. So yeah, this is a solid 8.5, but I hope you did enjoy this review. You can always like, subscribe, comment. That would be greatly appreciated. And if you never want to miss another one of my videos, you can turn on that notification bell. That's pretty much all for this video, and I'll see you guys next time.